Fundy. Viewers of streamer Fundy expressed their disappointment following a number of jokes he made regarding sensitive topics while playing Jackbox during fellow creator Quackity's latest stream. So Twitter has picked a battle that they just won't win, okay? Not on my watch. I am here to interfere with the attack on dark humor, okay? Because dark humor is now becoming a legitimate reason to cancel certain YouTubers. You know, at least according to Twitter, because recently there was this guy named Fundy, you know, another YouTuber, and he had literally just made some jokes on a live stream. But hey man, I guess a bunch of sensitive Samanthas decided to go over to Twitter and start whining and complaining about how these jokes may have hurt their feelings. Now listen, okay, if a joke that somebody makes on the internet upsets you, you don't actually, believe it or not, have to go to Twitter and let everybody know that you were upset by a joke that somebody made. You actually have this incredible feature that comes with your smart device, which actually allows you to turn off the device and you don't have to see the thing that's upsetting you. Nobody's making you watch a live stream. Nobody's making you hear the jokes that you're being upset by. So I have no sympathy for anybody who watches a stream that knows that they'll get upset by it, you know? Like, if you know that you're a sensitive person, how about instead of watching a stream that you know will upset you just to get sympathy on Twitter or to try to ask for sympathy on Twitter, you have the option to simply not watch the stream to begin with and save everybody a lot of energy. You know, like, you just don't have to be watching a stream if you know that it's gonna upset you, dude. Go play Scrabble with your mom. Get on Fortnite with your friends if you have any. I doubt you do. But my point here is that you simply do not need to be on this live stream, bro. There are other things to life than watching a live stream. You know, ever heard of like kickball? You know, it's pretty self-explanatory. There's a ball, you kick it, you run some bases, you know? Crazy, you know, it's just not a live stream, but it's something else that you could do. But anyway, my overall point is, like, I would look at this the same way that I would look at buying tickets to a comedy show. Like, if you buy tickets to a comedy show, you're choosing to go there. If the comedian says something that upsets you, or perhaps maybe like roasts you or something, you have the option to get up and leave. Just like how you have the option to close out of Google Chrome when you're watching Twitch, dude. Like, Google Chrome is not holding you hostage. So yeah, I feel like if everybody did that instead of, you know, complaining about what somebody said on Twitter, we'd just be just a lot happier as a society. Now, I'm not saying that if somebody actually says something messed up and everybody agrees that's messed up, that we can't call that person out. But let's not act like what people are saying in a game of Jackbox.tv is how they actually feel, or, you know, they're being serious when they say these things, which, by the way, is what this entire thing with Bundy is about. So essentially, him and Quackity, who I'm sure you know Quackity, were playing a game of Jackbox on Twitch. Jackbox is a party game that you play with your friends, and, you know, it's very personal, so, you know, you have a lot of input as to what the answers are and how the game goes. Anyway, I'm not gonna sit here and try to explain Jackbox to you. If you don't know what it is, then you can look up a video on it, but essentially, Bundy was putting in some answers to Jackbox, and some people were upset that he chose to maybe write some offensive stuff, you know, for the sake of comedy. And I'll let the clip play for itself, but even when I look at this clip, I'm not convinced that this is even offensive. Even trying to look at it from the perspective of the biggest hermit Twitter user who's probably adopted, like, on the planet, you know, trying to be as offended as I possibly can be. In reality, dude, it's not that bad.
The weirdest thing your Uber driver could offer you, the Quackity special.
I have a feeling I know who did one of those.
Chat, reminder that KSI wrote this, okay? Please. This was KSI, okay? This was okay.
So that obviously wasn't Fundy, right? That was KSI, but that right there, that clip should really show you how the tone was in this game of Jackbox. I mean, you can immediately tell this is not a stream for little kids, okay? This is not your stereotypical Minecraft Let's Play with the Dream Team or whatever. I mean, did you have a bunch of grown men playing Jackbox on a Friday night? I mean, dude, I don't know. I mean, I don't really know what you're gonna expect. So, I mean, KSI, like I said, clearly set the tone for this game of Jackbox. I'm pretty sure this whole thing was like his stream or maybe his idea or something. Or maybe it was Quackity's, I don't actually remember, but that's beside the point. But the big joke and the big thing that Fundy is getting canceled for right now is this, okay? I'm gonna read this to you. So the prompt here is, what you never want to hear after the words, don't worry. And then Fundy says, the drugs will make her forget. Now, for obvious reasons, I'm not gonna explain this joke, okay? if you don't get it, it's for the best. But the biggest thing that I simply don't understand about the people getting upset with Fundy here is the prompt is, what do you not want to hear? And I think we can all agree that we don't want to be put on drugs and then taken advantage of, if you know what I'm saying. I don't understand how Fundy is under fire right now. I mean, I feel like we can all agree that, you know, we wouldn't want to be secretly put on drugs, then mistreated while we were on drugs and didn't know what was happening. And the whole goal is to get people to agree with you, and I think we can all agree that we don't want to be put on drugs without us knowing. I mean, what were you expecting him to put? Like, oh, what do you not want to hear? What are 3 words you don't want to hear? Oh, we're out of goldfish crackers, boo-hoo. Like, seriously, bro, how child-friendly and how kid-friendly are you expecting him to be? Anyway, people got, like, so, and I mean so upset with that thing from Fundy, that little quiplash thing. I mean, people were posting this on Twitter. It's not dark humor. You're just an asshole. No, actually, it's just dark humor. Really not much to it, actually. If you don't want to hear it, then you simply don't have to tune into these streams, or you don't have to find it funny to know that it's just humor and nobody's being serious. I wouldn't actually go on to assume that somebody is an asshole just based off of a joke that they told. That's actually insane and a very dangerous standard to set. But let's just assume that they are an asshole. Let's assume that Fundy is a terrible human being who's just, you know, a really bad guy. Some of the response that Twitter has had is just unacceptable universally. Like, I mean, this dude has received death threats for making this joke, and I feel like whether or not you like Fundy, dislike him, or are neutral in the situation, you need to, like, draw the line at actual death threats, you know? Like, for me, I'm not a big fan of Corpse Husband, right? But if Corpse Husband was to be receiving death threats and people were to be actually threatening his personal well-being, I would obviously stand up for Corpse Husband. And especially in a situation like this, it's just insane that our boy Fundy is going through this insane level of Twitter backlash because of some jokes. And the drugs will make her forget comment wasn't the only thing that people are mad about. Essentially, there's this other thing in Jackbox where you have to come up with your own inventions, which, you know, pretty much people vote for whichever invention is the stupidest and make them laugh. Like, for example, if my invention was fart in a jar, like that, it's pretty self-explanatory, you know? It's a jar you carry around, you open it up, boom, you got a fart. And Fundy decided that this would be his invention, so let's take a look at this. It says, forced love. Yeah, that in my pants? Yeah, that's right. It's a gun. Now come with me. Now, I don't need to explain to you what is wrong with this one. You know, obviously, it's not meant to be, like, a good thing that he was inventing. He ironically pretended to invent kidnapping, which I feel like that's the joke part. It's like everybody knows that kidnapping is bad. It's like if I came on here and said, so guys, I came up with this new invention. It's called going into a store and stealing everything in the store. You know, dude, there's a lot of financial benefits to stealing everything in the store, so it's a good invention. Anyway, I'm just like genuinely surprised that people were so upset with Fundy for saying that, you know, kidnapping, you know, suggesting that kidnapping would be a good invention in a game that is, you know, meant to not be taken seriously. Like, if Fundy had pulled up to the Shark Tank and then he was like, yo guys, here's my invention, kidnapping. What are your thoughts? You know, that would be different. That would be something that he's obviously doing pretty seriously. But on a game like Jackbox.tv, I just don't see how people are that upset. But yeah, that about wraps it up for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Comment down phone case if you've made it to the end of the video, and I will go heart your comment. Of course, special thank you to my channel members for your continued support. It really helps me out to make the content that I want to make. Follow my social medias and join the Discord server. Links all in the description below. But with that all being said, I hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace.